final round of the 2023 season took place at Walton Raceway. 250 Moto 1 blasted off from the gate. It was number 61, Noah Viney, with the early lead, followed by defending champ, that's Ryder McNabb. Put Amy out with a nice start up there in third, trying to battle with Mitchell Harrison, who took the position. Viney completed the first lap in the lead, followed by Harrison. Nice little start there by Preston Masiangelo. And also a nice start by number 33, Tanner Scott, who had a nice successful week at the Transcan. Number 17, that's Chris Blackmore, showed up on a 252 stroke. Viney came under fire from the two top contenders there, Harrison and McNabb, as they both managed to get around as they triple into the reverse rhythm section. Harrison trying hard to keep off the charge from McNabb, as now number 23, Josiah Natsky, was getting into the picture there, trying to put pressure on Viney. Preston Masiangelo jumps in with two-time champ Kevin Benoit behind him, setting up this pass early, taking the inside line. That's McNabb picking an inside rut, going to the next corner, picking an outside rut, making the pass, and he would make that stick as he gives a little look over. Starting to put a little bit of pressure. A win here would certainly clinch the title for him heading into the second moto. Harrison in second. If you look back here, we can see the 23 of Natsky starting to close in. Look further back, Benoit had now gotten himself into fourth place, followed by Quinn Amiot. Preston Masiangelo looking good. He would end up sixth in this one. Takes a look over to see who's coming up from behind, and it was number 33, Tanner Scott, who would end up 10th in this one, and 10th on the day. Viney would then come under pressure from Piccolo and Racine. Piccolo would end up 7th, Racine 8th in this one. At the flag and clinching the 2023 title in the 250 class, that is Ryder McNabb. And coming under a lot of pressure at the end here, we had Harrison holding off the late charge by Natsky for third, and there is fourth, Kevin Benoit. Fifth, this far back, we go to Quinn Amiot, the number 14. And here's that nice little battle right to the finish there between Masiangelo and Piccolo. 450 Moto 1, and it would be number 1 Dylan Wright with number 15 Jess Pettis getting out front early, spelling trouble for the field as Tanner Ward would get a good start up there. So would number 26 Julian Bennick. Tyler Medalli would go down as he would slide out around the outside, causing a chain reaction with a few other riders. He would put on a charge from almost dead last, work his way up through the field. Stay tuned on more for that story, though. Unfortunately for Tyler Medallia, Tanner Ward would benefit from a couple mistakes from Wright and Pettis. Wright would drop back a little bit. Pettis back outside the top 10 as they came around to complete the first lap. Head down and making moves was Tyler Medallia, but it would turn out he would have some hard times there. After hitting his head in that crash, he would have some trouble with his vision. And now Ward, Julian Bennick second, Moffenbauer up into third, fourth, Dylan Wright, fifth, number 25, that's Daniel Elmore, sixth, and a great ride after a great week at the Transcan, that's Creighton Dillon. Nick Collins up there, there's Pettis working his way up, Jeremy Mackay. Oh, and down goes Dylan Wright for a second time. There he is trying to catch up, picking himself up in the Honda corner. Moffenbauer benefiting from that as Bennick tries to hold off the charge from Dylan Wright, but he would work his way forward. Front row seat for Daniel Elmore as he would end up sixth in this one. Pettis moving his way up. You can see Elmore out of the screen there. Number 22, Tyler Gibbs trying to make a move on Dylan. Gibbs would get up to 8th in this one. Tyler Medallia gets up to 7th place here, but unfortunately that would be it for his day as he would be unable. The concussion symptoms would keep him out of the second moto, and there is the pass for the lead. Dylan Wright gets around Tanner Ward by the old amateur finish line. Wright would start to try to break away, but no sir, says Tanner Ward. He would just keep this one tight. Third place is Sean Moffenbauer. Moving his way all the way up. Now there's just Pettis getting around Bennick as he takes a look over. Medallia still pushing hard. Tyler Gibbs behind him. Nate Mason and Mackay there. but it would be number 1. Dylan Wright would get his way up to the front, but only 6 seconds back would be Tanner Ward on his home track for his team. Finishing second, has a look over to see Jess Pettis, who was closing right in there, finished third. And there is Sean Moffenbauer taking fourth in this one. Fifth, riding a little bit on his own here, that is Julian Bennick with a nice ride. Final 250 moto of the season, and the whole shot will go on the inside there to number 23, Josiah Natsky. Being chased by Kevin Benoit, Preston Massiangelo. Complete the first lap, it was Kevin Benoit second to Natsky, Amiot, McNabb, Harrison, Racine, Viney, Gaynor, Massiangelo. Came into the classic Walton ruts and little off camber here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth, Amiot. Sixth to Racine. Seventh, Viney. Eighth, Massiangelo. It's going to be tough to stop the rider from New Zealand out front, though. The number 23 and number 126 would separate themselves a little bit. Battle for the lead. McNabb and Harrison will go at it for third and fourth. Holding steady in fifth was Amiot. He had Racine pressuring him. Viney, Massiangelo. Kevin Benoit would get close. Harrison would try to hold off McNabb. McNabb already the champ, though, so this moto didn't really matter. And there is Kevin Benoit trying to make a move there, going through traffic. And Amiot looking good. He would end up fourth in this one. Natsky takes the win. Second to Harrison. Third to Benoit, and benefiting from a brake problem and a fall from Nab would be number 14, Quinn Amiot, grabbing a nice fourth place there. Fifth, McNabb. Taking the championship is McNabb. Today it's Natsky, Harrison, and McNabb. Season it's McNabb, Natsky, Benoit. It was a farewell ride for Sean Moffenbauer. This will be his last national. He got to go out and lead the way for the sight lap for the final 450 moto. And the gate dropped. It was number 54, that Seth Hughes on the inside there, but Jess Pettis would get out strong, followed by Tanner Ward to lead the group out. See Dylan Wright up there in third. Wright would get up close on Pettis. Third. There's a triple into the rhythm section. Another good start from Julian Bennick. That's number 117. That's Michael Da Silva. Keep an eye on that little group, because they had a great four-way battle. Third and starting to separate from the rest of the pack. Tanner Ward, followed by Sean Moffenbauer. Just showing how difficult the ruts are on the Walton clay track. Up front, Dylan Wright second, but hold that thought for Jess Pettis. Has some bike issues. His bike would start spewing some steam early, and it would switch over to smoke. Daniel Elmore looking strong there. He would finish fourth in this one. He had Julian Bennick on him for fifth. That's Andy Troops, the Belgian rider, leading this train here. Number 20, Mackay. Number 117, Da Silva. Number 18, that's Parker Eels. These guys would be the best race of the second moto. And there you can now see the smoke coming out of Jess Pettis' bike as he tried as hard as he could to stay ahead of the other riders. But his fate was sealed. There's number 103, Nate Mason, being chased by Jeremy Mackay. But the win goes to Dylan Wright, as Jess Pettis would not make it to the finish line. His bike would let go on the last lap, but he would be scored a sixth. Second to Tanner Ward. And a third, a very emotional Sean Moffenbauer, greeted by Kevin Tyler, longtime team owner. Great career, Sean. Take a bow. Elmore comes up to say hello and shake his hand. And there's fifth crossing the line, Julian Bennick doing the same. Sean Moffenbauer third on the day. Tanner Ward in second. And the winner, Dylan Wright, still undefeated in overalls for the season, takes the Walton sword as the King of Walton from Melody Hodgson. Wright takes the championship, defends it. Second, Pettis. Third, Tyler Medaglia. And that'll do it for your 2023 outdoor season.